Leviticus 26. Rewards for obeying God. Don't make idols for yourselves. Don't set up statues or memorial stones in your land to bow down to, because I am the Lord your God. Remember my special days of rest and honor my holy place. I am the Lord. Remember my laws and commands and obey them. If you do these things, I will give you rains at the time they should come. The land will grow crops, and the trees of the field will grow their fruit. Your threshing will continue until it is time to gather grapes, and your grape gathering will continue until it is time to plant. Then you will have plenty to eat. You will live safely in your land. I will give peace to your country. I will lie down in peace. You will lie down in peace. No one will come to make you afraid. I will keep harmful animals out of your country, and armies will not come through your country. You will chase your enemies and defeat them. You will kill them with your swords. 5 of you will chase 100 men, and 100 of you will chase 10,000 men. You will defeat your enemies and kill them with your sword. Then I will turn to you. I will let you have many children. I will keep my agreement with you. You will have enough crops to last for more than a year. You will harvest the new crops, but then you will have to throw out the old crops to make room for the new crops. Also, I will place my holy tent among you. I will not turn away from you. I will walk with you and be your God, and you will be my people. I am the Lord your God. You were slaves in Egypt, but I brought you out of Egypt. You were bent low from the heavy weights you carried as slaves, but I broke the poles that were on your shoulders. I let you walk proudly again. Punishment for not obeying God. But if you don't obey me and all my commands, bad things will happen to you. If you refuse to obey my laws and commands, you have broken my agreement. If you do that, I will cause terrible things to happen to you. I will cause you to have disease and fever. They will destroy your eyes and take away your life. You will not have success when you plant your seed, and your enemies will eat your crops. I will be against you, so your enemies will defeat you. These enemies will hate you and rule over you. You will run away even when no one is chasing you. After these things, if you still don't obey me, I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. And I will also destroy the great cities that make you proud. The skies will not give rain, and the earth will not produce crops. You will work hard, but it will not help. Your land will not give any crops, and your trees will not grow their fruit. If you still turn against me and refuse to obey me, I will beat you 7 times harder. The more you sin, the more you will be punished. I will send wild animals against you. They will take your children away from you. They will destroy your animals. They will kill many of your people. The roads will all be empty. If you don't learn your lessons after all this, and you still turn against me, then I will also turn against you. I, yes, myself, will punish you 7 times for your sins. You will have broken my agreement, so I will punish you. I will bring armies against you. You will go into your cities for safety, but I will cause diseases to spread among you, and your enemies will defeat you. I will give you a share of the grain left in that city, but there will be very little food to eat. 10 women will be able to cook all their bread in one oven. They will measure each piece of bread. You will eat, but you will still be hungry. If you still refuse to listen to me, and if you still turn against me, then I will really show you my anger. I myself, will punish you 7 times for your sins. You will become so hungry that you will eat the bodies of your sons and daughters. I will destroy your high places. I will cut down your incense altars. I will put your dead bodies on the dead bodies of your idols. You will be disgusting to me. I will destroy your cities. I will make your holy places empty. I will stop smelling your offerings. I will make your land empty, and your enemies who come to live there will be shocked at it. I will scatter you among the nations. I will pull out my sword and destroy you. Your land will become empty, and your cities will be destroyed. Excuse me. You will be taken to your enemy's country, your country will be empty, so your land will finally get its rest. The land will enjoy its time of rest. During that time the land is empty, it will get the time of rest that you did not give it while you lived there. The survivors will lose their courage in the land of their enemies. They will be afraid of everything. They will run around like a leaf blown by the wind. They will run as if someone is chasing them with a sword. They will fall even when no one is chasing them. They will run as if someone is chasing them with a sword. They will fall over each other even when no one is chasing them. You will not be strong enough to stand up against your enemies. You will be lost in other nations. You will disappear in the land of your enemies. So the survivors will rot away in their sin in their enemies' countries. They will rot away in their sins just as their ancestors did. But maybe the people will confess their sins, and maybe they will confess the sins of their ancestors. Maybe they will admit that they turned against me. Maybe they will admit that they sinned against me. Maybe they will admit that I turned against them and brought them into the land of their enemies. These people will be like strangers to me, but maybe they will become humble and accept the punishment for their sin. If they do, I will remember my agreement with Jacob. I will remember my agreement with Isaac. I will remember my agreement with Abraham, and I will remember the land. The land will be empty. The land will enjoy its time of rest. Then the survivors will accept the punishment for their sins. They will learn that they were punished because they hated my laws and refused to obey my rules. They have sinned, but if they come to me for help, I will not turn away from them. I will listen to them, even if they are in the land of their enemies. I will not completely destroy them. I will not break my agreement with them, because I am the Lord their God. For them I will remember the agreement with their ancestors. I brought their ancestors out of the land of Egypt, so that I could become their God. The other nations saw these things. I am the Lord. These are the laws, rules, and teachings that the Lord gave to the Israelites. These laws are the agreement between the Lord and the Israelites. The Lord gave these laws to Moses at Mount Sinai. Leviticus 27. The Lord said to Moses, "Tell the Israelites, you might promise to give someone to the Lord as a servant. The priest must set a price for that person. The price for a man from 20 to 60 years old is 50 shekels of silver. You must use the official measure for the silver. The price for a woman who is 20 to 60 years old is 30 shekels. The price for a man from 5 to 20 years old is 20 shekels. For a woman, the price is 10 shekels. The price for a boy from 1 month to 5 years old is 5 shekels. For a girl, the price is 3 shekels. The price for a man who is 60 years old or older is 15 shekels. The price for a woman is 10 shekels. If anyone is too paid to pay the price, bring that person to the priest. The priest will decide how much money the person can afford to pay. You might promise to give an animal to the Lord. If it is a clean animal, one that is acceptable as an offering to the Lord, then the animal you bring will become holy. You must not put any other animal in its place. Don't try to trade a good animal for a bad one, or a bad animal for a good one. If you try to change animals, both animals will become holy. They will both belong to the Lord. The animal you promised might be one that is not acceptable as an offering to the Lord. If you promised one of these unclean animals, you must bring it to the priest. The priest will decide a price for that animal. It doesn't make any difference if the animal is good or bad. If the priest decides on a price, that is the price for the animal. If you want to buy back the animal, then you must add 1/5 to the price. If you dedicate your house as holy to the Lord, the priest must decide its price. It doesn't make any difference if the house is good or bad. If the priest decides on a price, that is the price for the house. If you want to get the house back, you must add 1/5 to the price. Then you will get the house back. You might decide a field. You might dedicate a field to the Lord. The value of this field will depend on how much seed is needed to plant it. It will be 50 shekels of silver for each homer of barley seed. If you give your field to God during the year of Jubilee, then its value will be whatever the priest decides. But if you give your field after the Jubilee, the priest must decide its exact price. He must count the number of years to the next year of Jubilee, and use that number to decide the price. If you want to buy the field back, you must add 1/5 to that price. Then you will get back the field. If you don't buy the field back and the land is sold to someone else, you cannot get the land back. If you don't buy the land back by the year of Jubilee, the field will remain holy to the Lord. It will belong to the priest forever. It will be treated like any other thing that was given completely to the Lord. If you dedicate a field to the Lord that you had bought, and it is not a part of your family's property, then the priest must count the years to the year of Jubilee and decide the price for the land. Then that land will belong to the Lord. At the year of Jubilee, the land will go to the family that originally owned the land. You must use the official measure in paying these prices. The shekel by that measure weighs 20 gerahs. You can give cattle and sheep as special gifts to the Lord, but if the animal is the firstborn, it already belongs to the Lord, so you cannot give these animals as special gifts. If the firstborn animal, is unclean, you must buy back that animal. The priest will decide the price of the animal, and you must add 1/5 to that price. If you don't buy that animal back, the priest will sell the animal for whatever price he decides. There is a special kind of gift that people give to the Lord. Well, it belongs only to him, and it cannot be bought back or sold. This gift belongs to the Lord. This type of gift includes people, animals, and fields from the family property. If this gift is a person, that person cannot be bought back. That person must be killed. 1/10 of all crops belong to the Lord. This means the crops from the field and the fruit from the trees. 1/10 belongs to the Lord. So if you want to get back your 1/10, you must add 1/5 to its price and then buy it back. The priests will take every 10th animal from a person's cattle or sheep. Every 10th animal will belong to the Lord. The owner should not worry if the chosen animal is good or bad, or change the animal for another animal. If this happens, both animals will belong to the Lord. That animal cannot be bought back. These are the commandments that the Lord gave Moses at Mount Sinai for the Israelites. I'm going to stop there since that's the end of Leviticus. We'll start Numbers next time.